Hello, hello. So I've been wanting to do some videos in SketchUp for a while, but I've been having trouble finding inspiration. Um, so what I'm going to do is in architecture, most of what I've done are buildings that have two stairwells and hallways in between. Works well for most building types, but when it's applied to residential, um, you end up with a bunch of often south facing one bedroom units and bachelor suites that become just heat boxes. So I'm really not a fan, and I want to do some building design based on just a single stair, which is very similar to the building, well, like the building that I'm in now. So let's have a go here at the stair core. So I'm just going to start off with some basic line work here. We're going to have 8-inch walls. Copy that over there. What's happening here? I'll grab that. Copy that 8 inches as well. So the stair inside is going to be 3'8". And let's say the wall down the center only needs to be 6 inches. And then another 3'8". What happened there? Copy 3'8". And another 8 inches of concrete wall. So this is going to be the framework in that direction. All right, now starting to figure out how far everything's going to be. Let's just start off at 3'8" here as well, and I know there's going to be some adjustments made in the landings there. So now we're going to start to figure out the length of our stair and everything. We know that the run of the stairs is going to be 11 inches. And now we need to figure out the rise of the stair. So, okay, what am I looking at here now? This is the ground floor, and I'm going to build my way up to the second floor. So, I'm going to think about wood stud construction, and this is going to be an 8-foot high ceiling. I know that the stairs are all the same, based on going up and down them in this building. I don't feel like the lower open parking level was a different height, so I'm just going to go as if the first level is the same as all the others. So 8-foot ceiling is 8'0" 3/4. That's going to be to the top of the studs, and then counting up from the studs, now I've got the floor joists, and I'm going to use a 14-inch TJI joist. Most of the time you'd probably see 11 and 7/8, but if steel wants to be used in any point in this, I'll show you later why I prefer that's 14. And then, okay, so now what is this? What's this building made up of? I'd say 3/4 inch plywood. Could be 5/8, but let's just go 3/4. And then I want to put a concrete topping on here. So, zoom in on this. So let's go another 1.5 inches. Okay, so now I've established the floor level, the floor to floor height from the first to the second floor. And if I was to measure out from here, this is going to tell me what I'm looking at here. So let's say I was just drop a measurement on that line. It says it's 9'5". 9'5" divided by 7. Hey. Divide by 7. 16. So let's say we're probably looking at 17 steps. I'm gonna make a group here so that I can work in kind of a separate space. So now these objects are separated from the remainder of the model. And actually I'm going to move that group down to here. So now the group itself knows that it's starting on the floor level. So I decided I wanted to have 17 steps. It seems like a lot to be all in one run, but I know that the stairs in this building are all in one run, so let's keep going like that. So divided by 17. And that's going to tell me that 6 5/8 is the height of that step. That's good. It wants to be under 7 inches, or 7 1/4 or something like that. You kind of get fine-tuned in there, but 6 5/8 is a good public stair with the 11-inch run. So now I know the geometry of this. So let's start doing some steps. I'm going to make another group. So this is 11 inches. This goes straight down, and I'm going to move. Yeah, see, that's make group. Okay. Can I do it? No, I don't know if I can select that endpoint. What I was trying to do is to just select the endpoint there. So let's say I was in here and I wanted to move just that point, I can grab it, right? But for some reason, just with the geometry cluttered around in here, I can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'll even just draw a line like that, move that line over 1, and solves my problem. So what that is a 1-inch rake back on the stairs. And I'm not getting fancy with geometry. I'm just going with the usable geometry needed in order to build something like this. So I don't need that anymore. So that is the geometry of one stair. And why don't I make that into a component? Step. Step 1, step typical, step. I think this is the only time I'm really going to need this in this project. So grab this geometry, copy it from here over to here, drop some lines in between. All right. So from there, oh, wait a second here, that's not right. This is going to be 12 inches because of that 1-inch rake back. Okay. So I go from that rake back point to there, and I'll go times 17. Probably times 16. What is this looking like? So that's to there. Okay. So now we have one set of stairs roughed out, and let's just put a bottom on that. So if I draw a line there and now I go out perpendicular to that edge, let's say 6. I think 6 is about right. So now we're coming down parallel to that edge, and we're going to hit the ground. And I was thinking about moving the point. I don't want to do that. I want to draw another line, extending that line out, and pick up that surface. So it's not going to use the geometry in here to close shapes because it's separated from the rest of the model. So I think I'm going to end up exploding those stairs, but it just felt right to make them into a component. Okay, so move, press Control to get the little plus going on there, plop it over there. Q to rotate, pick some random point around here, extend out, rotate around, type in 180, and now it's moved those stairs in the other direction. We're gonna go with lining these nosings up for now. Okay, so at this point the stairs are sitting in the same plane, and that's going to have to change because of handrails, so we'll get there in a minute. Because of the way my view is oriented, I can't get at that point, so I'm going to rotate my view around, and now as I extend in the green direction, holding down shift, I click over a point on this plane or on this line, then it takes the stairs and it places them over there. So these stairs are going in the other direction up. Yeah, I'll just keep working with them like this. Anyway. As I'm trying to scroll in and out, that there's no surface down here, so it doesn't have a context to reference to. So if I hover over this plane, now my scroll wheel is working much better. So I'll click on this point, bring it up, and it's going to come up to that level. So now we've got the basic geometry. So floor 1, floor 2, floor 3. There are there's another one in reverse. Why don't I make things complicated for myself? Let's get right complicated. Okay, I need to make those into a group. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Make group. Get rid of that. You got something else in there? You do too. Yeah, you're gone. Okay. So these stairs also have one going the opposite way. So I'm going to take that top nosing point of the stairs. Let's just drag it out here. And the bottom nosing point of the stairs. Okay. So this line here. All right, that crashed. So hopefully I got that bit before. So what that bit was me taking these stairs and rotating them around or copying them up so that they are creating a double stair that's layered one over top of the other. And now I'm going to form the geometry for the remainder of the stair core. So what we have here is a 4-inch and then a 3-foot door So that, in this case, swings out. So we'll go 3 feet. And generally speaking, for a door, you're looking at 1 3/4 inch. So I'll take that, I'll turn it into a group, and I'm going to create an arc from the center point. So center, click over here, click over there. So this is my representation of a door. It is just a couple of lines in a door swing. So this one's pointed out, and then we've got this amount of space. So, there wants to be a handrail there. Okay, well I'm gonna do this to proper accessibility standards and everything, even if it might not be the way we would typically do it. I don't know, things end up being hokey sometimes. I don't need to grab that line, but I did. So, what distance is that now? That's 4 inches now. I want to keep that 4 inches. So the handrail is going to extend from nosing to nosing, that same distance down here, and then plus another 12 inches out, which, which is pretty nuts. Pretty nuts. Let's not set the geometry based on that. Just figure out what we want to do with that later. There's something I could do with that later. So if I want to mirror something in SketchUp, I would want to scale it and type in -1, and it's gonna flip it to the other side. So what the other math that I'm doing here is from this door swing to this wall wants to be 2'6". So that's in a group. Okay, so I'll drop a line in here. I'm gonna rotate a copy 45 degrees, and that's the reference that we're looking at. That needs to be 2'6". So 1'9" and 9/16. So a circle, 2'6". Make group and move it based on the center. To find the center, I'm just going to move around here for a bit until the center pops up and then click on it. So that circle and that circle want to match up. My geometry brain should be able to figure it out, but I'm not going to use that. Okay. But basically this, so there's a geometric lock on here, and it's because of this one line. If I push Alt, now it'll move freely. So now I'm going to hold down Shift to keep locked in that red direction, and I'm looking for 9.5. Let's just say 10 inches. Let's just say 12. I want to be generous about it. So from this wall, there needs to be 2'6" clearance around that door swing, and that's for people to get by as they're going up and down from higher floors to lower. And because since it's an exit, the doors have to swing into the exit as you're coming down the building. The bottom one swings to the exterior, but all the other ones swing into the stairwell, so that this 2'6" dimension is fairly critical. So now we have that laid out. So what we're looking at is 4'8" from the nosing. So from the nosing, 4'8" back. Okay. Now, we don't want the stairs to remain in this configuration because the handrails are super difficult. Let's see if I can show that in fairly quickly. So we copy that straight up 3 feet. Make a group. What's going on there? Okay. So as the handrail comes up, it doesn't really need to extend far that way. So I'm doing my geometry right on the wall. Everything is out a little bit. It projects a little bit, but so it's fine for it to come straight out over here, but this isn't fine. Is now the handrail is down at this level here, but it needs to be up at that level there. And the way that needs to be done is to add some extra space. So this wall is gonna want to come out a foot. So that stays back. This comes with the end of that wall is going to stay the same because the wall has to get longer. So we're going to come over 1 foot with both of these. And let's bring that reference with it. Okay. Okay, and that wants to be a wall. How am I going to do that? I'm just going to grab it like this. So I hold down Control to add things to it. I double click to get the object I selected plus all the surrounding objects. If I triple clicked, I'd get all the objects, but I don't want that. I just want to have this wall captured, and then I go make group. So the wall itself is now separated from the remainder of the model. Okay, so the wall wants to come out a foot. Push with P. Oh, there's a line there, eh? Doesn't need to be. Push 12. And now that wall is out to the nosing line. So, so as the handrail comes around, now it can come back level a bit before it continues up, and the geometry is all going to work out there. So same thing happens. So that has worked out all of it, right? Because you come up there, level on that side. Yes. Okay. So I don't need this anymore. I need to move this 12. Okay, so now I'm feeling really good about that. I think I have a stairwell laid out, 4'8", hey? 4'8", okay. Yes, I have a stairwell laid out. So let's start putting these walls in. And I'm going to get rid of that for now. Am I going to blow that geometry away or not? I'm not going to blow that geometry away. So let's just edit the geometry. Oops. So it's an 8-inch wall. I can chop these off. And bring that back. Okay. So these are the outside walls, and they're, if I were to fill them fully in, it would make it a little bit awkward for me to work with right now. I could create a bunch of layers and stuff like that, but I'm not really feeling it just yet. Although that's exactly what I should be doing. Never mind. Layers. Okay, so let's go with center wall. No. Let's get a little bit smarter about it. Int. Let's go A. A for architectural. Int for interior. Stair. Well, yeah, int. Stair core wall. No, we don't need int. Never mind. Sorry. Stair core wall. I don't want to have another dashing like that. I want to try and keep those things shorter. So I'm now going to change the entity info on this and put that on stair core wall. So this is going to be a stair concrete. What else we got here? A stair handrail and let's call this shell wall. Okay. Let's add those doors and put that on shell wall. And make sure these are on stairs, or stairs concrete. So the reason I put these things on layers is now I can turn them on and off independently. If I were to change the visibility of core wall, you see it turn on and off there. 8 stair concrete changes those on and off, and then shell wall. So now if I'm going to go extend the shell wall up, it's not going to be an issue. The geometry of all these stairs is going to go into the landings, and I don't have a problem with building each landing individually. It's not a waste of time. So let's go ahead and make a few more floors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So times 4. 3, 4, 5, 6 times 5. Okay. And that's how high this stair core wants to be. So I'm going to do a little research on elevators before I continue out the other parts of the core. But basically what this building is going to end up being is something where you get 4 corner units out of it and nothing else. So it's largely, I mean, it's just 2-bedroom units. But it is going to leave a certain architectural flexibility. And again, you get away from those undesirable unit types. So I'm going to play with a few different styles on the outside and play with some layouts as I continue on further. Yeah, let's just continue some of this up. Guess I don't want to deal with that right now. So let's just delete that out of there. P for push. I don't know why I double clicked on it. Let's start that over. There, and obviously it's going to be higher to the next floor. Kind of want that to be in a group. Okay, so it wasn't in a group. which means that all of this geometry that I selected, oh look, it's all over the place. So let's put this back to layer 0, take the group itself, and change it to a stair shell wall. And let's get a bit of a transparent view going on so we can see what we're doing on there. So we've established what we wanted for floor construction, and we have our top of floor elevation. So we're gonna have our doors start to come in. So let's go into here, and I'm gonna select on this line, just hover over it, hold down shift, and then as I hover over that plane, it's gonna put me to that floor elevation. So I know from here I want to go over 4 inches, and I want to go over another 3 feet. Now the door height is either 6'8" or 7 feet. Let's go with 7 feet. Is that going to be a problem with our 8-foot ceilings? I don't think so. Maybe. Let's just do 6'8". 6'9". Door itself is 6'8", but you need to have that 1 inch underneath. So there we go. I mean, generally speaking, for construction, if you actually want to have like the proper framing numbers in there. So that is going to be a door. Why did I do it on the inside? It seemed easier at the time. Okay, I just want that frame, not the face inside of it. I think I can... No, it doesn't want me to... Okay, so I pressed Alt so it unconstrained it. Holding down Shift, plop it over there. Oh, okay, Shift. Never mind. I have to go ahead and delete that. Oh my. Okay, so this is the door. I'm going to push it to the inside and create that hole. Let's turn the X-ray off. So that's where a door is going to come in to here. Here. And same. They're going to be all the way up. Times 5? Yeah. All the way up from there. Why it didn't cut, I don't know. So I'll just go and apply a line. You just apply one edge to any surface and it recalculates the surfaces. I mean, assuming that we're on this side. That's interesting. This probably doesn't make sense. This is probably... Okay, let's back that up a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. And actually, let's just back right up to there. It's probably not a single floor. It's probably like that. I'm guessing. It's probably like that. I don't know. I'm gonna actually have to look at the floor plans of this building before I kind of figure out how the hallways are gonna go. Basically, what it amounts to is either way you go around this tower, there ends up being a hallway around the side that connects one stair to the other. So all the doors are facing off of this one side of the stair tower. And there will be an elevator component to this tower as well. But this also ends up becoming the structural backbone of the building. Anyway, this is where I'm going to break it for now. And I will continue with these. Cheers.